Hi, I'm Dr. B, and this is the video where I'm trying to explain how we're doing telemedicine acupuncture during the COVID days and Chinese herbal medicine just, using the interface that we have. We can't have the luxury of the in-person acupuncture visits at this point. But fortunately, there's a lot we can do because there's so much great technology at both of our disposals. So one thing we are going to be starting to do, and I've already started to do this a little bit, is telemedicine acupuncture, which sounds crazy, but it can be done. So acupuncture, as you know, we have various points on the body. We have meridians, and everyone's sort of probably seen those little diagrams with the points all over the body. But what a lot of people don't know is there's also what we call somatotopic maps, sections of the body that contain entire maps and points that correlate to the whole body. So most of you are familiar with this from reflexology. You've seen the reflexology and the points of all the foot, and they have the head point on the foot and the stomach point on the foot and all of that. That's a complete map of the whole body in one organ. Koreans have Korean hand acupuncture. So there's an entire map of the whole body there. Same with the face, I think the scalp, and especially the ear. Ear is a very, very common place to do acupuncture, not just for treating the whole body, but it also has because of its vagal nerve innervation. It's a direct stimulus to the autonomic nervous system and other parts of direct stimulation to the central nervous system, again, having to do with its embryological derivation. So what we can do after when you come in for a visit is we take a very good thorough history, unless you're quite sick. If you're quite sick and things are acute, we'll try to make the history as comprehensive but as fast as we can. Talk a little bit about what we can do with acupuncture for you, especially because the first time we talk, you won't have any supplies or anything much at home. So the way we're going to be doing this is creative. We can show you points on the body, and I'm setting up a part of my website or a link through my website that shows you points from various different photographs and diagrams that I've taken from the internet or ones that I have. I will show you actually in the visit the points and how to. And the how to for the points will be related to whatever you're comfortable with and whatever we can get to you. So some people just want to do the acupressure, and we can show you how to do that and where to do that, but the why, when, where, hows. But for people who want to effectuate a little bit more change, I would encourage to think about some other modalities. And those modalities include needles, heating, laser, and pellets and seeds. So pellets and seeds can be either literal seeds, and they come as these little press bandages, and you press them on and you touch them every so often. More likely I would use the pellets. There are gold and there are stainless, and they effectuate two different kinds of changes. So same thing, they would come as a little press-on band-aid, and you put it in. They also make press-on needles like that of varying depths. They look just, again, like a little band-aid. If you don't have allergy to band-aid adhesive, they can go on the point, and we can tell you when and how to press them. For the more intrepid among you, I would also consider an actual acupuncture needle. So this is an actual acupuncture needle, and I'm not very good at showing you this. And it's very, very, very thin. They're like little hairs. You almost can't see it. And what's exciting about acupuncture needles, and why I think they effectuate a little bit more change, is they're made of two different metals. I don't know if you can see that there's a handle and a shaft. And the handle and shaft are made of two different needles. And when you stick anything made of two different needles in one place that has a different temperature than the other, so your body is warmer than the exterior air, and there's two different metals, it gives you something called, I think it's called the diathermic effect, or it's a micro pico battery effect, where there is an actual electrical current from the one area to the other due to the temperature differential. If you stick another needle next to it, you can actually get a little pico current going between the two. And if I want to reverse the polarity, and there are reasons to do that in Chinese medicine, that's when, if you've ever had an acupuncture treatment, you'll notice that people will heat the outside very hot, either with a heat lamp or with something called moxibustion, which will heat outgoing and cause the electricity to go in the other world. I think the needles are very helpful, but not everyone's able to do them, wants to do them, has someone around who can help them, that sort of thing. That moxibustion I just mentioned is really, it's just mugwort as a heating element. That's another thing we can do to treat these points. And the last thing is actually laser. You can actually purchase sometimes not terribly expensive laser device, and we can use that on the points as well, and that's really painless. It's used a lot in veterinary medicine and for pediatrics. So showing you the points again would be a combination of our discussion in the office. Old habits die hard. A combination of our session together, demonstration, and and maybe even some models. So here I have a little model of the ear, and I might try to see if there's someone who wants to mass produce these, or slightly mass produce these as what do you call it, the 3D printing, because these are hard to come by, so I can't send these to people, unfortunately. But if I could, it would be great. What we can probably do is take photos of these, and we show you, like if we're doing the ear, where to put the needle. So for example, this is a really, really, really common point right here, more or less. It's a little off base, but we'll show you where. So that's one method. And then you should have other resources. The other thing is there's no real magic to tapping in a needle in these things. This is an introducer tube. And what you do with the introducer tube is, don't get me wrong, this doesn't take the place of real skill, but what you can do, I'm going to try to show this to you. This is a little plastic tube, and the plastic tube is very small. And when you touch it to the skin and just it distracts, the 2 points are so close together, the needle tip and the tip of the round plastic tube. Your body, if you press in hard with the plastic tube, then tap in the needle, your body won't actually feel it going in. It can't discriminate those 2 points that close together. So let's try this. So here is my point. You know what? Let's show you up here. This is better. So I'm going to try this. So we're going to try showing it right here. So I don't know if you can see that I have the introducer tube pretty firmly on that bindi point. It's probably better to do it this way. Do it at a 90-degree angle, but I'm holding it back to show you. Well, let's do it properly. And then you just tap that needle on the other end, and it sticks. And it's a little red on me because I probably am a little inflamed. That's also a little off base. But you get the idea that that's what we would want to do, and it's really not significantly problematic. The only problematic thing about body points is that you can't reach the ones on your back real well. Intrepid significant others may be helpful. And then we'll have to talk about how to save up sharps and how to get them properly disposed of, but that's a minor concern. But lasers work, they all work, there's all those different things, so that goes. And we don't use the same points every week. You know, want to do it in series. People think, okay, I get this one series, and okay, I've got my acupuncture, and there I go. We actually are evolving things we do every single time we see you, and there's some ways you want to be careful about not overdoing it, too much of a good thing, or underdoing it, missing your dates. So, you know, we have some challenges with this, you know, just trying to keep us all on track, trying to make sure we're effectuating change. The easy part of this, though, would be the Chinese herbs. So what we'll be doing for that, and of course for the acupuncture as well, taking our history, as we said, and we're going to be looking at your tongue and what I can do. And I've done this, actually did this for a number of years. When I moved my practice, I would talk to people on the phone and have them send me their tongue pictures. I couldn't take their pulse, which is part of our diagnosis, but I could take their tongue. I could see their tongues. So we just, thanks to our wonderful cameras now, you can stick out your tongue, turn on the flash, take 3 pictures, take a picture of the tip and take a picture underneath, all with the flash, and you just send them to me. And we look at them, and that helps us decide that in your history, where to go with the herbs. And herbs are dynamic. Again, you don't just get one set of herbs and we see you in 6 months. Those things change and modify, especially the dosages over time. Also if you get sick or something during it. So we can work on those things. So that's the bottom line. That's how it works. And I hope you're ready to get started. I know I am. And stay well during all of this, everyone. Stay home, stay safe, and 6 feet away.